friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a layout share from a retreat that I just got back from. Before I put these away, I still have some finishing touches to do on here, some journaling, things like that. So I am going to just go through these with you. I will try to identify any base pages or anything that I may have used different classes and things like that for, or any of my series that I do on my channel. But I made, for the most of these, I did make page kits. So I'll link those videos in the description box if you're interested in that. The other thing I will mention is that if you see a 6x6 Scrap with Scraps, I do have a series called Scrap with Scraps, and one of them was a using 6x6 papers. Those will all be linked to the Scrap with Scraps playlist as well. So anyway, so let's get to talking here. This is the first layout that I completed. This was a base page. And it is using the Echo Park collection called The Story of Us. This was a Scrapbook and Cards Today class. This was as well. This was an Echo Park. I think it's called I Love Fall, but it was also a Scrapbook and Cards Today class. So there's that. You'll see. Not in that one, but you'll see, hopefully, I've really tried to do a better job with this, especially in this crop, about using my Cricut. So it is definitely something that you will see across all of the layouts. So I did try to prepare as much of my titles ahead of time, and I'll show you at a different time. I'll show you my process. And hopefully, if you're a Cricut person, if you, or Silhouette, it doesn't matter, but if you enjoy making your titles together, I even bagged up my titles like individually, and I still lost letters. I don't know how, but I did. So this was the Friday night sketch challenge, and this was the challenge, well, for me, for the layout. I missed a good chunk of the day on Friday because I had some family obligations, but luckily I did save the cut file on my Cricut Design Space, so it will be really easy for me to just cut out that B. But here is the layout for that particular sketch. And I did also cut, because this is like an old paper house collection. I have very few papers left. I have no embellishments from that paper collection, and so I just made the embellishments from stuff in my stash. So this includes like little fussy cuts of this. This is a different collection, but it has some of the same colors, so I brought it in. The leaves are from my Cricut, just from just different cut files that I have on there. So there's that one. This was another Scrapbooking Cards Today base page. This was from, I'm trying to think of the collection. I can't think of it. But this was a Becky Adams class. It'll come to me. But this is such a fun, it was such a fun class, but I loved creating this particular layout because my daughter saw this inspiration in one of our dog groups, and she bought this at Michael's, the wood dog, and she made it so it looks like him. So there he is posing with the dog. Yeah, so cute. And I just did the title. This is also on the Cricut, and just bringing out that pink in the collection. This is also another base page. I did have the embellishments for this one, so I just did very little. I don't know if you've seen, he's in here quite a bit, but I don't know if I've ever talked about lamb chop. So he loves lamb chop. My daughter, the one that made that that altered that wood piece gets him one for every season. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is the turkey, the Thanksgiving one or the fall one, because it has a little turkey right here. And it's always like its little ears and feet and stuff are always like in the seasonal colors. When I'm filming this, it is November already. And so he already has this Christmas one. So he's been enjoying that one. And I like to take pictures really early because then, you know, it starts losing limbs and stuff. So anyway, this is another base page. This was from a Scrapbooking Cards Today. That was like a while back. And I finally get to use it, which was great. This is definitely Cartabella paper. I forget the name of the collection, Crafty something or other. But this is just documenting a recent craft that we attended, and we had a fire drill and it was a whole thing. So yeah, it was really cute. And I did the balloons, I did the title, and I put a little thing here that I found online, a little cup file to match the paper, and just personalize it. So this was one that was a paper kit. This is not a collection. This is just some papers that I ended up putting together. And believe it or not, these are 6x6 papers that I just cut into 3-inch strips and then divided them. And then I just pulled different embellishments from my stash, and I made this title on my Cricut, brought in some ephemera from other stash to create this one. And this one still needs some journaling, what have you, but we got, if you can see, we kind of got we got on the terrace for at the Louis Vuitton store, and we were able to see the Bellagio fountains from there. So that was amazing. That was an amazing experience. I don't think I would have had if I had not been with this group of ladies. So that was amazing. All right. So then we have this is the Saturday sketch. So you get raffle tickets, but you also get entered into like a daily drawing, if you will, if you complete any of the sketches. So this is, I'm going to show you the layout for this, but then there was also 2 cards. And when you made all 3, you got more raffle tickets, right? So, here are the cards. So there's this one for fall. There's that one. And this is another cute one, just based on the sketch, and you can just stamp your sentiment here. And then this is the layout here. I did want to include this, but I tack this very lightly because I want to back it in white and not gray. The gray does not go, but I love the way that this came out. I think it's going to pop really nicely once it's here and it's in white, and it'll just work off of these colors up here. So it's just tacked there very lightly. This one is almost done. However, I needed a flip flap, and so for that reason, I did not finish it completely. So I've embellished, like I have the positioning for everything, and so it's gonna go like this, and then this is gonna go tucked in here, and then this somehow is gonna get, I think I had it over here, something like that. So it's ready to go. I totally, on multiple layouts, I forgot to pack the flip flaps. So I usually always have them with me, but I kind of reorganized my stuff and I forgot the flip flaps. So that one's almost done. And this stuff, let me tell you, hold on. I forgot to say the most important part. This stuff, well, this was done on my Cricut, but these felt little things have been in my stash, I swear, probably at least 20 years, if not longer. So eventually I knew I would use it, especially the themed stuff, you know? All right, here is another one. This is also based on a sketch, but I don't remember where I got the sketch. I love this idea. It had a different photo orientation, but I think it still somewhat worked. So this was just using, like, this is a great one for scraps because you're just essentially just layering papers here in the direction of your picture. And if your photo was vertical, you'd be, you'd have a much smaller canvas and they'd be probably closer to the edge here. But I think it works. So this is a couple of entries that my daughter did of photos of our dog, and they got selected for some kind of calendar for their rescue. So there's one of him yawning, and this is the other one with him with the ball in his mouth. And it was summertime, so he has the peonies and stuff behind him. So cute. This one was using the Prima collection. Oh, I don't remember the name of it. You would have seen it if you watched the kit video. But I love this. I love the way that this came out. And I ended up, this had just papers, no embellishments. So I did end up doing quite a bit of fussy cutting here. I also had these greenery that matched the greenery color in the paper in my stash. I had them pre-cut from just scraps pieces of paper. I often do that when I want to do something paper crafty but really don't want to do something paper crafty. So this is Scraps with Scraps. So all of these papers, this paper was a scrap. I think the only large papers were this light blue and the navy for the background, and all of these are different 6x6 papers that I cut. I think these are 1 inch. 1 inch. Let me see, where's my ruler? I believe they're 1 inch. Yeah. And then I cut them at various sizes. I think most of them were around 2.5 inches or 2 inches. And then I just staggered them. So I love this one, the way this one came out. This was always, this had been in my stash for a really, really, really long time. I love the way that this looked with the cake that we got him. This is also a title that I did on my Cricut. And then, I don't know if you can see these gems. A while back, I had purchased them from Queen & Company. And I think they make a nice little touch there to the cake. I love that. All right, so that was Scraps with Scraps. And then this one is some Christmas pictures. I still have to finish because I do want to add some gems. I want to add some gems to the title, but this is all done in my Cricut. This is a collection that I already had in my stash, and I made 2 collections, one for each of my girls. And again, this one had some embellishments, but it had no florals, 0. So I ended up having to fussy cut all of the florals that you're going to see on these next 2 pages. And I really love the way that they came out. I picked different titles for each of the girls, because I just wanted something very unique to each of their albums, just for this particular set of pictures. And then this one is going to be one of many that I put together. This is for, this was using a scrap room kit. And I made the title on my own because I wanted to, again, really be personalized about my titles. And this was on a trip to Italy, and where we visited, this was in Sorrento, where we visited one of their local farms and had a meal there and some limoncello. So those are all of my layouts that I wanted to share with you. And that is it for right now for retreats for this year, 2025. I will be gearing up for the retreats in 2026. As of right now, I'm just scheduled for a couple of them towards the beginning of the year. So we'll see what happens with that. There will be more than likely some kit prep at that point, but I think I'm doing pretty good in terms of using base pages, which I really wanted to do this go around because I had a lot of fall base pages and they were just accumulating. So this was perfect. All right, so I think that's it for now. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this inspires you. Again, I have scrap room kits in here, scrapbooking cards today. I can't say enough things about both of those kit and class content. Check them out. Hopefully there's some interest in there for you. It's a lot of fun, and you know, really worth, I feel like worthwhile and worth the expense. So I hope you will check both of them out and support our businesses. All right, guys, until next time, bye for now.